Hey friends, it's Bridget. It is officially Hobonichi season. So I'm here for the obligatory unboxing. And all I've done is open the outer cardboard box that I received yesterday. I placed my, let's be honest, first Hobonichi order of the year within 5 minutes of the release. So about 9:05 p.m. on August 31st, which would have been September 1 in Japan time. August 31st here for me in the U.S. And I received this box on September the 11th. So not bad at all. Was that 11, 12 days, something like that? Now this order does include a few duplicates that I ordered for some friends. This week's, tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and get everything out because I'm just dying to see it, and then I'll take the plastic off and show them up close in person if that's something that you're interested in. But this week's one is for me, the other is for a friend. I'm anxious to see what that feels like out of the packaging because I've never had one of the thicker glossy covers like that before. I've also never had one of the Liberty Fabrics products before, so I'm anxious to see what they feel like as well. 1 week's for myself, one for a friend. And normally I am not much of a floral person, but for some reason this petite pattern just read very vintage to me and I couldn't resist. So I thought this was the perfect time to try the Liberty Fabrics. Also got it in an A5 HON. One for me, one for the same friend. So it's going to be a beautiful set. And then the rest of this first order is in the Hobonichi box. So let me get that big bulky box out of the way. Okay. Oh, mine's missing the little seal. I was going to put that in my journal. Oh well. At least the fireside chat quote makes sense this year. I think something was a little lost in translation last year, but this year it makes perfect sense, so I will be copying that and putting it into my journal just to kind of commemorate the 2024 season. So these silver bags, from what I've seen in other unboxing videos, are the little freebie that comes with some of the books. I'll open those at the end as well. So the botanical pencil boards will go with the Liberty Weeks. One for me, one for the friend. The A5 folders with the little gifts theme will be mine, and I like to use these for stickers and printables and just keep tucked in with my creative journal book. 2 of the A5 botanical pencil boards. These are beautiful. Look at, oh, okay, I'm ready to get these out of the plastic as well. These will go with the Liberty HON. So one for me, one for the friend. And this A5 HON is in the botanical design as well, and it has that gorgeous texture. I did have, this is Tomotaro Makino. I did have a week's from this same inspiration, I want to say maybe 2 years ago, so I'm familiar with that texture, and it's just beautiful. It feels like a vintage or an antique book. And I just dropped it on the floor. Slow down, Bridget. Okay, let me get the big box out of our way. And the last A5 HON is in the bow and tie cats. And this is for me. Cats and Me is the title. And it is so much. Let me start now. You may want to turn your sound down if the sound of plastic bothers you. Let's see. Okay, I have some scissors. Maybe that'll be a little less noxious sounding. I'm just ready to get into these. The cats look a lot more detailed in real life than I expected. So pleasantly surprised. We've had cats and dogs over the years as pets, but our current pet is a black cat named Blackjack, so this black cat reminds me of her, and I just had to have it for that reason. It feels very nice. And so this will have the interior design of a full year A5 Hobonichi cousin. Ready to see the new life pamphlet. Oh gosh, she loved that smooth edge. Wow, so soft. I'm anxious to see what the new paper feels like. And to be perfectly honest, if I didn't know this was the new Tomoe River, what is it, the Sanzen S or TRS paper, I don't know that I would be able to tell a difference if that had not been advertised. It feels the same to me. I'll be anxious to do some writing with some fountain pens and see how it feels. I'm curious about drying times. Each book has its own serial number in the back. Just makes it a little extra special. Love the details. And I'm curious about the back pages for this year. Sometimes they get changed up over the years. So we've got a personal notes as the last page that has contact info. And then if you have found this book line, you've got one page for addresses, a gifts page that you can mark to or from, an informational page, getting the most out of your Hobonichi Techo. And I love this sheet, the 365-day check off that you can make for the topic of your desire. We've got a words to remember. Caring for your eyes. Now, this visual test right here I'm familiar with because I do low vision therapy in my line of work, or in my previous line of work in the medical field. So that's very interesting that they made a page about eye care in here. Seasonal sweets to make at home. And of course, this is all in English now because I did choose the English version of the A5 cousin. It's available in English or the traditional Japanese. An interview with myself. The one thing I'm determined to do in 2024 is, the one thing I won't do this year is, the one person I most want to meet is, this part of me deserves praise. I am happiest when I am. My favorite thing to have for lunch is. My song for this year is. A new word I learned recently is. The top 3 things I bought recently are. If I had a week off, I would. If the world were about to end, my last meal would be. And a message to my future self. That's going to be a fun page to fill out. Then you've got a double spread of my 100. a favorites page, graph paper, and then a small section of blank grid, usually just a few pages. So yes, literally 1, 2, 3, 4, well, 5 blank pages if you count front and back. And then it goes into the dailies. Okay, but is the camera picking up the detail? Look at that. Really, really nice. Much more detailed than I expected. Okay, and then the Hone also comes with its own pencil board. Normally you have to purchase pencil boards separately if that's something you're interested in. There have been a few exceptions over the years with special collabs and such, but I did not purchase a Hone last year when they introduced it for the first time, so this is my first time receiving one. And this is nice. It feels like about the same thickness of the normal pencil boards, but you know, still got some pliability. It is completely see-through with the grid, and I really like that. And then it has a pen loop. It's embossed to where it like looks like leather, but it's obviously like vinyl or plastic. But this is the type of pen loop that is made to just hold the clip of your pen, not an entire pen. I've already seen a couple people asking online, commenting on how small the loop is and asking for suggestions or recommendations of pens that fit. So in case you're not familiar with this, Hobonichi started doing this within the past handful of years, where they would make smaller loops that are intended for the clip only. So you don't have to hunt down a tiny pen. You just use it for the clip. And that's how that looks. Really like that. Okay, let's open some of these other books. I'm gonna have to grab the one that fell on the floor. Give me just a second. I've got several fingers on both hands and toes crossed that I didn't damage a corner when I dropped this one. Let's see if I can show the texture of this botanical design. I've noticed that I think it has something to do with the video quality that I upload in. I noticed that some of the printables I showed in a recent video did not show the detail when it made it to final video. So hopefully these close-ups I'm showing here are gonna be noticeable to you. It's not soft like a fabric, but it feels and looks like a fabric, almost like a coated fabric. But I hope you can see that texture. Almost like a linen. It's just gorgeous. And then the year is embossed, and well, it's kind of, is that embossed or debossed? It's like pressed down in there and then they've gold foiled it. And it even has that same texture on the back cover. Same inside. Beautiful. And then this pencil board. I guess, honestly, this would look nice with the Liberty Hone as well. I think I'm going to use it with the Botanical just because it's same inspiration, same designer, well, botanist inspiration. Love that color on the back. That's really nice. And then this, it's obviously smooth and flat, but it looks, because of the way it's been imprinted, it looks like it's got a tear there in the paper, and you can see some pencil markings, some shadowing. So it looks very realistic. And then some of the design is reminiscent of this as well. So very pretty. Okay, I'm ready to fill this Liberty Fabrics. Let me know in the comments below if you've received your order yet. What did you get for this year? Is it exceeding your expectations like it has mine so far? I hope you're happy with your order. I've only seen a very small number of people say that they were disappointed in what they received after it arrived. And my hope for them is always just that it will grow on them over time. I'm that way about a lot of things, especially like clothing, colors and patterns, for example. At first glance, something new, I just may not care for it, but it's funny how with time things will grow on me and sometimes end up becoming like a favorite when I least expected it. But this Liberty fabric, it does have a fabric feel. It is an actual fabric, cotton, I believe. But it definitely is giving me that vintage vibe, and it is stunning. Cannot wait to use these. The waiting game, isn't it always that way? I will definitely be playing in mine before the 1st of January. Be doing some setting up and trying covers. Now I did, in my next order that's coming, that's quite large, I did order some of the clear covers that go on the hone, but I'm thinking I might not even use a clear cover next year. I'm enjoying the texture on all of these, and I do have some leather covers that I might put a couple of these in just to try, see how they feel. The cats, if I were to use one of the clear covers that's made specifically for the hone, I would likely put it on the cat's book, because I feel like it would be the most likely to hold on to moisture or oils in your hand, dirt in general, because it feels a little like a thicker fabric than the Liberty Weeks. The Liberty Weeks, I almost feel like you can honestly lightly spray with a Scotch Guard if you wanted to just to protect it. But there's that same fabric texture. It is stunning. And both of these weeks are the traditional weeks, not mega. And I have some megas coming in my next order. I just ordered several things in an additional order because I just wanted to see and feel them in person. And then I've got a couple friends I'm going to offer some of the extras to. And if they're not interested in everything, I may very well have some items that I'll list for sale in the near future. And if I do that, I think I'm going to initially list them on my Instagram, which is at papermademedoitig, all one word. So if you're not following me on my Insta, you may want to do so within the next week or two. I think my next order is due to ship before the end of this week, based on an email I received. So this week's does have the 2024 like pressed into the bottom, but it's not foiled, so it's a little more difficult to see, but it is there. So if it's stacked on a shelf, it's faint, but it's there. I just love this art. It's very abstract, obviously, but you can easily tell that it's like a skyline, city line, water. There's the little whimsical boat, and then another cat for the other cat lovers out there. And the sparkler does have foiling in it. I'm sorry if the light's picking up the glare, but this does have that glossy finish. And I did not order a clear cover on cover for this. They actually put the designer's name on this one as well, Hiroko Kubota. Love that. Love that color palette. But I did not order a clear cover on cover for these because it did specifically state on the website in that please read before you buy section that this cover is thicker than the normal covers, and because of this thicker glossy finish, they did not recommend using a cover on cover. Now, I know I've already seen some comments online that others have put theirs in a cover on cover and say that it works just fine for them. So, who am I to tell you what to do? I just personally tend to follow their recommendations when it comes to the covers, but that's just me. And then the A5 folders come with 2 in a set. They offer an A6 set as well that comes with 3. But these are the A5s, black background and a pretty blue background. This is easily recognizable as the cover of another week's in the lineup. Oh, I like that little stamp. All this folk art. This was really nice. And spoiler alert, I do have some A5 covers in this pattern in my next order. So if I end up with an extra or 2, I will be listing them on my Instagram. Oh, there's a stamp with a cat in it. Yay! So cute. Very, very cute. Okay, and so everything that's left does not belong to me, so I'm going to leave all of this in the original packaging. Let's take a quick look into the 2024 Life pamphlet. Life is present. Illustrations are always so cute, very inspiring. What is Hobonichi? And then they give some examples of how to use your... Oh, look at the little animals. I may have to cut them out. They give you some examples of how to use your book. Life is present. Okay, and then we've got the pens that go with the books. I love this color combination. This is probably my favorite color combination that they've put on a pen since I started using Hobonichi in 2016. So you get the Uni Jet Stream. It comes in the 0.5 millimeter. I've ordered refills locally, well, not local to me, but within the US from Jet Pens in the past, and they offer the 0.5 millimeter as well as the 0.7 millimeter refills if you prefer a little bolder line, and they both fit perfectly in the multi-pen. So really nice pen color combo this year, and look, it looks like it was just made. I feel like in 2024, the coordination within the lineup itself was better than it has ever been. All of the greens between that twinkle tweed and the water green leather, and then that coordinates with this. I was on the fence about ordering one of those water green leather covers to go with this pattern. And to be perfectly honest, whew, just thinking about it now, man, it still kind of makes me think twice. But I've recently purchased a couple other A5 covers, so I'm trying to slow my roll. But this green background is kind of within the same family, and then I obviously, when I chose these, was thinking about the cat combo. So lots and lots of excuse me, really nice, and I don't know, they just more than usual this year feel very intentional about the different offerings they have and the way they combine so well together. So super, super happy with this first order. Thank you so much for joining me and watching the unboxing. Still anxious to hear what y'all ordered yourself, so drop that in the comments. And I'm gonna open these. I need to jet off now for time, but I'm gonna open these later, and I will post a pic of the styles of the little gift freebie bag that I received on my Instagram. So if you're interested in that, I'll share that there. But I'm going to sign off for now. I hope y'all have a great rest of your day. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, y'all.